Lucifer Within Us gives me another decision to make when it comes to Game of the Year for 2020. There's just been so many good indie games that have come out across the past months, and in what is a dumpster fire of a year. In real life, it just gets better and better when it comes to indie games. And Lucifer Within Us is no exception. It comes from Kit Fox Games, and what you essentially have is a sandbox investigation game where, to give an example, there's a series of mysteries, murders, etc., and you need to go in and you need to solve them by looking for physical evidence, speaking to the suspects, and then sort of like basically contradicting them and finding ways to accuse them using the evidence built up against them. Really, really well done. It's got a psychic element to it as well, so you get to find out their sort of like innermost thoughts through like almost basically psychic reading ability. And what you end up getting is the idea is they are possessed potentially by demons, and these demons are the ones making them commit the murders. And it's just really well done. So you go in, you survey the area, and you pick up the evidence. And then after you've picked up that evidence, you start to question the suspects, and you get to do some of your psychic stuff, and you get a timeline of their testimony. And what's really good is you use that to then sort of spot the lies. Where are the inconsistencies? So you might speak to two of them, and like, without it, this is not going to be a spoiler, but in the first one, there's a contradiction in terms of when the victim comes into the room. One says they was alone, the other one says they was both together, and you use that to expose potential lies there. And it gets much, much deeper. And the story's really good. I found myself not getting fed up with seeing the same dialogue over and over. As you scrub through the timeline, there's got little actual bits as well that are really good. It just goes, hey, this bit's going to be a bit repetitive and it's long, so skip this, go to the next section, which is really, really good. And the characters are superb. A mixture of some likeable characters, some despicable characters, and there's some nuance with them as well. And what I really like, compared to a lot of games where it feels like you've got to do it this way, otherwise it's not going to let you proceed, this for the most part doesn't have that. I felt good trying to spot the lies and the contradictions. There was a couple of occasions, there was one occasion where I got really stuck, and the game kind of like, the character was going, no, I don't know what you're talking about, no, that's nothing to do with me, don't know what you're talking about. And I was like, but this does do a contradiction. If I was doing this, I'd press on this a bit further, and it wasn't letting me do it. But that was a rarity in the game. But a bit I got stuck on, what I did like was it didn't actually give me any tips, but in the end I was able to brute force it. I do it, right, okay, I'm just going through, I'm presenting every bit of physical evidence, I'm asking them until something happens, because I was at a complete loose end. I probably, if it was being filmed, I would have gone full Nicolas Cage with the accusations. But then when I did find it, I went, oh, that makes sense. Okay, that was my mistake, because I thought I'd already done that one. But it's just really good. It's a fairly short game, a few hours in it. I'd like to see more. I want to see more of this. I want to see the system pushed further, because it made me feel good. Solving a mystery, solving a murder, just made me feel good. The story's a bit convoluted with demons and stuff like that, but it works. It worked in the setting, which is really good. Kind of almost like this past but futuristic setting. And it's kind of, it's got religious overtones to it, but without pushing towards any one particular religion, which is really, really good to see. But I really did enjoy this, and solving it in a logical way, it really does make you feel good. And even when you do get stuck, there is frustration, but never to the point where you're going, oh, I suck at this, why am I even bothering, or anything like that. It just works. But yeah, I just don't know what to do now, because I'm looking at games of the year, and this is another one that's been added to that ever-growing list. It is just absolutely fantastic, and Kit Fox Games have made something absolutely outstanding. Presentation is there, the mechanics are there, and when you look at, you know, some of the other stuff they've done in the past, you know, the Six Ages games I found okay. Fit for a Kin was okay. Shrouded Isle I really liked, by the way. But this is their pièce de résistance. It is absolutely sublime. Everything about it. Everything about this game is really, really good. So, yeah. I don't know if I can call this one a 5-minute ramble, because we are going over. So I might as well use this as well. Games like this are so worth having to show what's great about indie games. That I don't think this could exist in the AAA market, because it does take a few risks with what it's trying to do, but it works because of it. Digital distribution, indie games, again, just showing how far ahead they are at the moment in the gaming landscape. And for someone like me who was getting a bit down on AAA games with constant live services and loot boxes and all that crap that was going with it, something like this, which is just a self-contained, story-based investigation game, is one and done. I don't think I want to go back to it. It's one and done, but that's fine. I want to see sequels. I want to see more. But yeah, absolutely outstanding. And I'm glad these exist, because it makes me feel good when I complete it, because I have achieved something. You know, I felt like I was being a detective rather than just, okay, what are the actual buttons I need to press? Spend some time listening to testimony. You can always hear a nuance in their voice at times. Now that didn't matter, but in my brain, I was creating nuance. You know, he sounds like he could be lying there, but what proof do I have? Which is good. A game that allows you to use your imagination beyond what you're seeing on the screen is really good. This does that. But yeah, what's this? A 7-minute ramble? I might change these to a ramble, so I haven't got to confine myself. But yeah, that's Lucifer Within Us from Kit Fox Games. Absolutely outstanding. Do get it. Once again, if you do like these videos, please do like and subscribe. It does us. It's great for us. And until next time, goodbye.